delight to welcome you to the 2026 State of the Cities. Seriously, how about those beautiful sounds from North Farmington's choir? Was that amazing? Yeah, just beautiful. And for those that were in the VIP reception, how about the string quartet from Farmington High School? Now, what an amazing night. We're so excited to be here with you. So thank you, first of all, to all of our sponsors, particularly to Oakland Community College and to Corewell Health Farmington Hills for this presenting sponsorship for State of the Cities. Thank you so much. We would not be able to do this without you. So thank you. We're very, very excited about that. And also, if you were in our Business Expo, how many of you had the opportunity to go out to our Business Expo and visit with our businesses? Yeah. We've got some amazing businesses in our cities, so we're excited to be able to showcase them for you as well. Thank you to our sponsors for our Business Expo, which is Tuffy Tire and Auto. And thank you to our sponsor for the VIP reception, which is Henry Ford Health West Bloomfield. Lastly, I'd like to recognize the efforts of several more people who went above and beyond to make this happen. First of all, the entire cast and crew of Farmington Public Schools. What an amazing transformation for that VIP reception, for our cafeteria, and for this auditorium as well. Thank you to everybody. Hands down, the best experience that we have had in trying to present an amazing event for you. So thank you, Farmington Public Schools. You probably encountered some of our volunteers along the way too. So thank you to our volunteers for helping to direct traffic and for greeting everybody with a smile. And thank you to our chamber members as a whole. We are absolutely blessed to have incredibly active and committed membership base. Thank you all for being here. So I'm here today representing the Greater Farmington Area Chamber of Commerce. And as you can see on the slides, I am accompanied by Erica Camille, formerly Lewis, shame on me, bad. And also Alex Mott. So we are a small but mighty team to be able to bring you the Chamber of Commerce benefits. Also, in our audience today, we have numerous members of our board of directors. If you are in our board of directors, would you please stand up? Again, we are incredibly blessed to have the support of such strong leadership from the top. So at the Chamber, we are a conduit, excuse me, for our members to connect with fellow businesses and community partners through powerful networking, promotion, and education to achieve their goals. This year, we've spent the last year continuing to develop our internal structure to focus on our members and their needs. We thrive on connecting the dots that lead to both increased business and personal growth, and the results are fantastic. We are up to over 400 members in our chamber. You can clap. That's compared to 329 at this time last year, to put it into perspective for you. We conducted 28 ribbon cuttings to celebrate new businesses opening in our community or those who have celebrated landmark anniversaries like 10, 20, 30, and 50-year anniversaries. And we hosted over 130 networking opportunities to create those business opportunities for our membership to grow stronger and refer each other, because we know that the stronger our businesses are, the stronger our community is, and the more that people want to move here, live here, and own and operate businesses here. So we are so excited to be able to provide that opportunity. We've added multiple educational opportunities. We've held 3 signature events, of which one is this. And we also donated over $2,400 from our charity luncheon to CARES in Farmington Hills. It's been an exciting year, and we continue to focus on the work that we're doing with the with Operations School, called our Chamber Connect program, where we are inviting members of our community to join our chamber to increase the diversity opportunities and the networking opportunities for those historically disadvantaged populations. Right now, we have 90 businesses who have experienced a chamber relationship because of that program. So we're very excited to continue to do that. Mic drop moment. It doesn't get better than that. So, in summary, the state of our chamber is strong, the state of our chamber is growing, and the state of our chamber is committed. Thank you for being here tonight. It is now my pleasure to introduce our first speaker, President of Corewell Health, Farmington Hills, among other locations, Kristine Donahue. Kristine is president of Corewell Health Hospitals in Taylor, Trenton, Wayne, and Farmington Hills. She has operational oversight of the 4 community-based hospitals with a total of 777 beds. In this role, she directly leads and engages site leadership to design and implement regional and site-based strategic plans, business strategies, and policies and procedures that are aligned with comprehensive system goals for performance and growth. Kristine has a passion for improving the culture of organizations. She currently serves Corewell Health as a culture activation facilitator. This provides Donahue the opportunity to share her learnings as a catalyst for others to utilize tools to build a healthy, positive culture in their work environments. She currently serves on the MHA Legislative and Public Policy Committee and has served on the Community Advisory Board for Taylor, Trenton, and Wayne, and the Community Development Board since 2018. Prior to her appointment in this role, Donahue served as COO for Taylor, Trenton, and Wayne hospitals from 2019 to 2022. She served as CNO at the Taylor Hospital from 2013 to 2021, and the Wayne Hospital from 2018 to 2020, with oversight for overall inpatient nursing productivity and delivery of patient care. She joined Corewell Health in 2010, working in the Dearborn Hospital. Since then, her roles and responsibilities have consistently increased. She earned a Bachelor of Science in Nursing from Oakland University and a Master of Business Administration from Central Michigan University. She is a CNO Academy graduate and an Oakland University Nightingale awardee. She is also Six Sigma Green Belt certified. Please join me in welcoming President Kristine Donahue.
Goodness gracious.
You're quicker, ma'am.
Oh, thank you so much. Gosh, I've achieved all of that. I'm only 27. That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. It is such a pleasure to be the presenting sponsor, first of all, for this event. Just an honor and a pleasure to be here with all of you and share some of the information regarding Corewell Health and Corewell Health Farmington Hills. We've had so many great advancements go on over the last few years. But I'd like to kick this off with a new video that we're promoting, and it's really a legacy video. I think I can go to the next slide. Yep, it's a legacy video regarding all of our hospitals. And it really focuses on how we are making health better. Sure, we're a big healthcare organization, but it's not about being bigger. It's really about being better and really making the care that we deliver matter to our patients and to our team members. We want to make it personal, we want to make it extraordinary, and we want to make it easier for all of you to access and easier for our team members to provide that care. It's really the small things that matter, so it's not about being bigger to us, it's really about being better. So here's our newest video.
seen a hospital, why in the world would you go anywhere else?
I can remember him coming home one day and finally hearing him say "mom" to me at almost age 3, like clearly. It made a big difference. They not only changed my life, but they gave him a voice.
Dr. Suri cleared me a week after surgery, said no limitations, have at it. I don't have to worry about, is my heart gonna hold out or, what's going on inside of me. And that peace of mind alone is gold.
We attended Bike Day. I saw the support that so many families were receiving, and I felt the support myself. And then they put Max on a bike and he just lit up. He smiled from ear to ear, and he was just so happy. That was everything.
So good to see you.
She was the first person I saw when I came into the hospital, and she was with me every step of the way.
I didn't think a second about it. I just did what I needed to do for you.
That's why I love you.
I'll tell you, I've seen this video no less than 10 times, and every time I see it, I get a little bit more choked up because it really is about Robert. It really is about Max, and it's about the extraordinary care that we're able to provide in those special moments. And that's what Corewell Health is doing in our community. I also wanted to share a few accomplishments from the Farmington Hills Hospital as well. I won't go over all of these, but just a few highlights. We've been able to improve our length of stay at Farmington Hills, and what that means is you're able to get home and not be in the hospital. No one really wants to be in the hospital. You're at your most vulnerable point. So our team members have worked really, really hard to ensure that when you come in, our goal is to get you back out that door. We've opened 15 additional beds. We've really increased our emergency room visits, and really proud to have been able to celebrate 60 years of the Farmington Hills Botsford Hospital delivering care within our community. I think that's something we should all applaud. 60 years in our community. We've been able to launch a no pass zone where if a call light is on anywhere in that hospital, anyone who needs help, any team member should help those patients so that we can really reduce risk and harm to our patients. We've initiated in a few of our units, and Lauren Burgett, our CNO, and her team are launching it in additional units throughout the hospital as well. We've also launched Project Search, which allows our local students from a local school with intellectual or developmental disabilities the opportunity to gain career development and an internship experience. I mean, if you were able to see these 18 to 25-year-olds and their ability to gain some experience so that they can then get a job, it is so inspiring to see the work that they do and the connections that they are able to make. We worked on our rapid response time to have better outcomes for our patients, as well as responding to our CTMU, or our telemetry monitoring devices, so that we can get to those patients when they need us most. Some of the investments, and believe me, we could probably fill about 5 or 6 or 60 slides with the investments and accomplishments that we've made at Farmington Hills. But we invested in a new robot for surgery within our surgery department. You'll see another video regarding our family birth center. We've worked at renovating many of our units so that we can refresh those areas and make them newer. I mean, we've been there for 60 years. It's about time we kind of spit things up and polish them a little bit. And then opened a temporary waiting area as we do some construction for the final waiting area. Just really enhancing that patient and family experience. And offered some premium pay harmonizations to our team members. We know how special pay as well as time off is to our team members, so we're working really hard to make sure that we have those market adjustments in place and that they are able to feel that. So up next, I'll show you a video regarding our Family Birth Center, which we're really going to have a ribbon cutting on next week. But I wanted you to understand the gravity of this investment. It was an $18 million investment in the Farmington Hills Hospital and renovated over 22,000 square feet. We have a new front-facing Family Birth Center entrance, which you will see in the video, 2 C-section suites, 8 LDRPs, 4 ante and postpartum rooms. We have 4 level 2 special nursery care beds available. So we deliver babies that are moms who are 34 weeks and above. We have 2 nurses stationed, wireless fetal monitoring, and for extra protection, we do have a Hugs infant protection system. So without further ado, I want you to see exactly what we've been able to do with this $18 million. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to watch the team as they walk through this renovation. But here are also some additional photos. As I mentioned, the Family Birth Center entrance, the nurses' stations, patient rooms and amenities, and even our C-section suites. So I am also proud to announce that one of our own administrators actually his wife will be delivering at our Family Birth Center here very soon, and my own niece will be coming in May as well. So just really proud of the work that has gone on and the care that we deliver at Farmington Hills. So next I'd like to touch on our strategy with Corewell Health overall. And really our plan is how we respond to the opportunities and challenges that we have in our environment so that we can keep advancing. And we've decided that we need to do that, and we can do that if we do it together. And again, if we make health better. So our focus is really going to be on culture. How do we simplify the care that we provide? How do we simplify how our patients access that care? How do we transform our care delivery model? And how do we prove through quality metrics and quality outcomes that we can deliver this care? And then also expand the reach. So how do we get out to our communities? How do we ensure that we have the right care in the right place and do that together? So we're really focused on what our culture looks like for 2026. And I won't go through this in its entirety, but you can see here that Farmington Hills has some very key deliverables in each one of those buckets. So for culture, we're really looking at expanding our focus on professional development and making sure we hire the right fit for the right job so that we can reduce our turnover. Again, simplify bedside shift report, including those patients, our team members, our physicians in that conversation so everyone understands that plan of care. To transform, how do we improve the patient experience? We're all in it together. It's not just one group over another, it's all of us at the same time working to improve this patient experience. And again, proving that to our communities through our quality outcomes and expanding. You saw there the Family Birth Center. How do we expand that out with additional OBGYNs? Partnering with our outpatient developments to expand our footprint and expanding even within the walls of our own hospital. So myself, Lauren Burgett, the CNO, as well as Dr. Jonathan Caper, our VPMA, Vice President of Medical Affairs, had the opportunity to attend a retreat with our system, or our region president, Lamont Yoder, in December. And during that presentation, Lauren was able to highlight 3 great accomplishments of Farmington Hills, as well as tell the group of about 100 the 3 things that we're focusing on for 2026. During that presentation, everyone was able to scan a QR code and put in 1 word based upon what they heard Lauren present on our accomplishments and what we were going to focus on. And this is the word cloud that was created for Farmington Hills. And it's obvious with the big words what we're focused on. But I think what's more important, and again, sometimes it's the small things that matter. It's the small things that make you extraordinary. So for me, it's the smaller words that really matter the most in this word cloud. You can see the word love. You can see fun, congratulations, excited, award. So everyone really felt more of a visceral feeling, and it really went deeper for them. Sure, we're doing Project Search. We love our community. We love being a part of that community. Sure, we have a new robot, but when you really reach people on a deeper level, that's when you know it's become extraordinary. So I would just impress upon you to notice sometimes those smaller things and those smaller words, and that really shows the true value and shows who we are a little bit more deeply. So at this point, I will introduce the next speaker, Peter Provenzano, Jr., who is a chancellor and who's actually a fixture, as they say, on the OCC campus, as he works to infuse a shared vision for students and community success with genuineness and endless energy. Since joining the college in 2014, he has led several major initiatives, including focusing on the college's strategic goal to double the number of students who graduate by 2028. He empowers every OCC student to succeed through academic excellence, a focus on equity and inclusion, and a collaborative, mission-driven employee culture. He listens equally to the needs and the voice of the community. In his second year as chancellor, he led the passage of a $45 million, 10-year millage renewal with a resounding 72% voter approval. Exactly. To keep the college focused on the success of its students, he leverages his finance background and holds his team accountable for data-driven decision-making when planning and measuring outcomes. He balances the hard data with his personal style, gathering information by walking around OCC's campuses, talking and listening to students, faculty, and staff. This approach proved crucial in moving the college to offer more online courses and degrees to address student need and demand, and creating greater access to redesigned programs and support services for every student. He's repositioned OCC for growth during a time of national enrollment decline. Together with Board of Trustees support, the college has invested in campus infrastructure and strengthened its collaborative partnerships with businesses, K through 12, higher education, state and county partners, and the community, all while maintaining one of the lowest tuition rates in Michigan. His vision of one OCC is to be the gold standard in higher education, providing a consistent student experience and modeling the best ways to support individuals in their academic and career goals across the college. It is my pleasure to bring up Peter Provenzano. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Kristine. Appreciate that. You know, I have to admit, I was kind of standing on the side there feeling pretty good about the bio. First, I hope that doesn't count towards the 10 minutes. But second, I was feeling pretty comfortable, pretty happy about the bio and what the accomplishments, until it kind of dawned on me that Kristine's accomplished more in half the amount of time since she's only 27. So, I don't know. I guess I got to up my game. But it's a pleasure to be here once again with you. And we're a proud sponsor once again this year with Corewell. And it's always just an awesome opportunity. I probably should advance the slide. It's always an awesome opportunity to just speak to you and tell you some of the amazing things that are happening at OCC. And quite honestly, we've had another amazing year. And year after year, you hear me come up here and talk about all of the amazing things that we're doing, how enrollment is growing. And I was thinking about this the other day, just to kind of put in perspective of how blessed we've been. 5 years ago, we had about 13,000 students in the fall semester. Any idea how many students we have this past fall, roughly? What do you think? We have about 16,000 students. So in 5 years, we've actually grown the college about 3,000 students per semester, and that's huge, especially in an environment where the population is declining. We continue to be the #1 transfer institution in the state of Michigan. The universities absolutely love our students, and one of the things that we hear from those universities time and time again is they love to see an OCC student because they're so well prepared. They know that once they come from OCC, they're more likely to succeed at their university. And so that's something we're really proud of. And all of this is really going towards a much larger goal, which is the Oakland 80 by 30 initiative. And you heard me talk about this in detail in the past. Essentially what this is a countywide goal where we'd like to achieve by 2030, 80% of working adults should have a degree, credential, or certificate. And the work that OCC and the local universities and different partners are working on, we're getting closer and closer to that goal as we speak. And one of our key partners in reaching that goal is Farmington Schools, particularly our dual enrollment program, which is really exciting, where students have the ability to take a college class, a class at OCC, for free, and they receive both high school credit and college credit at the same time. And it's just an amazing program where we have the ability to reach deeper into the community and really introduce higher ed to a lot of students that otherwise wouldn't consider education. And it's amazing when we see students that graduate from high school and they meet with one of our advisors, and the first thing they often say is, I'm not sure I'm cut out for higher education. I'm not sure I'm good enough, or I can make it, or I can do this. And we then have the ability to say, you already are. And that is just such a great thing for their confidence, and so proud that we have that partnership with Farmington Schools. And the students, they love dual enrollment program because it gives them access to all of our best-in-class programs. Recently, we were voted #7 in the nation for online classes. Our paralegal program continues to be the best, not one of the best in the state of Michigan, thanks to Sarah Bowman, and you all are familiar with Sarah and the amazing work she does. And our chefs and faculty continue to be recognized nationwide and awarded throughout the country. Thank you. And one of the other things that we've been working hard on is creating a sense of belonging for our campuses, and we're starting to see some results. We've just received a national award for mental health and well-being. The Michigan Department of Health and Human Services is now on our campuses, and they're helping us to support student needs. And something I'm really also very proud of is our men's basketball team last year won the district championship, and they actually went to the national tournament. And this is the first time that they went to the national tournament. I had to check this date the other day. The last time that they went to the national tournament was in 1987. And so we've been really trying to invest, and it's working. And we've also changed our mascot to Talon the Owl. We proudly wear Talon everywhere we go, and it's really resonating with the students because the students helped create this new mascot, and it's really helping with student life. For those of you who are employers out there, want to just do a quick reminder that OCC continues to be the workforce solution for the county. We're recognized by the Department of Labor. We have pre-apprenticeship programs for construction, apprenticeship programs, and one of the things people are always surprised to find out, we actually have the largest regional police and fire academies in Michigan, and that's something that we're investing in, and you'll hear me talk about that in a little bit. One of the things that we're also super passionate about is the community, and that's because we'll never forget that the community created us. And so under the leadership of Eunice Jeffries, who's here in the audience, she's helping us invest heavily in community education and personal enrichment. But we want to do this in a very meaningful way because we hate using taxpayer money to compete with other organizations that are doing amazing work. And so our idea is this concept of OCC everywhere, where we partner with all of the different museums and assets that we have throughout Oakland County and really sit down and talk to them and find out what do they do really well and what can we help them with. Look at synergies that we're better together. And so we're talking to Parks and Rec programs, we're talking to the City of Farmington Hills, senior centers, museums, as I mentioned, and looking at ways that we can offer joint programming so that we can together help each other and better the community, and something that you'll hear more and more about because we're just getting started on that. And a great example of this is our partnership with the Farmington Farmers Market, and it's really quite simple. See, we at OCC, we don't have a farmers market, and it kind of dawned on us, they do not have on-staff culinary chefs, but together we're better, and you can see that's when the magic really happens, and we continue to be not only a proud sponsor, but a proud participant. A few years ago, we announced our plan for the future, and it was really encompassed two main areas. One, we were focused on really changing with the times, right? Higher education is changing, the landscape of higher education is changing, and we want to make sure that we're ahead of the curve and we're adapting along the way. And so we saw that we needed to make a very deliberate effort to increase student retention and graduation rates, make student services more convenient. So one of the things that we're realizing is that we have a lot of policies and procedures and processes that really smart people over the last 60 years that we've been in existence have come up with for really good reasons. The problem is, together, it's too many. It's too much. It's too hard on students. And so we've been working really hard to try to break those down and make things easier for students so that they are more likely to succeed. That was one part of our plan. The other part was really trying to address our infrastructure. When I first became chancellor, about 5% of our classes were online. And I think that's one of the reasons why we've had such an explosion in enrollment. Now we're adapting to what students want, providing the classes when and where they want them, and over 50% of our classes are online. So in just about 8 years, we've gone from 5% of our classes online to over 50%. Amazing thing for our students. Students love the flexibility. They're more successful. The problem is when you have 5 campuses and you have 50% roughly of your students online, we have too big of a footprint. And so we recognize this, and in order to be good stewards of taxpayer money and to create more vibrancy on our campuses, we also acknowledge the fact that we have a tremendous amount of deferred maintenance over decades. And so we came forward and said, look, we need to shrink our footprint, we need to modernize our facilities, but it doesn't make sense to modernize facilities you don't need. And so we made some tough decisions, we've done some consolidations, and the first thing that we consolidated and moved, and Theresa was not happy with us about this, we moved our culinary from our Orchard Ridge campus here in Farmington Hills to Royal Oak. And the reason we did that was we were well known, our culinary program was well known in the industry, it's just the community around Oakland County wasn't familiar with us. And so we moved it to our Royal Oak campus because it's a food town, and it made it much more accessible and forward-facing for the community. Because of that, our enrollment doubled in the first semester that we were open. We just opened in the fall. The enrollment has already doubled, and now they're talking about tripling the enrollment, so much so that we built this big building, and I've got the chefs telling me, like, Pete, you gotta like slow it down. Like, you're selling too much, we need to catch up. But we're really excited about this because not only has it been built for the students, we built it for the community. We plan on offering continuing education classes, cooking demonstrations. It's an amazing facility. Many of you I know have already had an opportunity to enjoy it. Joe loves the pizza oven, so we're gonna end up probably having a pizza named after Joe, I think, before we that's right. Joe's creation. And lastly, we've been open since fall. We've already won a couple awards for this building, and we're really proud of that because now our award-winning program has an award-winning facility, and so we're really, really excited about that. We are growing. So I mentioned that we have the largest police and fire academies in the region. It's growing. We're really, really well respected for that. And I think one of the reasons for that is the community sees, when you look at local law enforcement, they really see OCC as their community training center because oftentimes, well, I would say most of our instructors come from the local law enforcement agency. So they really identify and they really support and train the future officers well for our region. Because it's growing, we are investing heavily in public safety, so emergency services training. You've heard me talk about this a little bit before. We're continuing on with plans at Auburn Hills to build an indoor tactical training center, as well as a short range, like a pistol range, and a rifle range. It's going to be designed so you can drive vehicles through not only the indoor tactical training center, but also the range, because we're trying to provide realistic scenarios to train our officers on. The indoor tactical training center is going to have a restaurant, an office, a mock restaurant, an office, as well as a classroom to train officers on active shooter situations. We're also, because we're growing so much, we're actually going to create a second training location. And back to our plan for the future and creating vibrancy on all of our campuses, we're going to reinvent our Southfield campus. And that is going to become a second location for our emergency services training. And we're going to start out by converting the 10 acres of empty parking lot space that we've struggled with for many years. And we're going to build a driving pad to train not only our cadets, but allow local law enforcement agencies, police and fire, to utilize that. It will be about the size of the Michigan State Police Center. And so that's something we're really proud of and excited. So more to come on that. So Theresa is in the front row here saying, so when are you going to get to the Farmington Hills stuff? Here we go. So she's tapping her shoe, I can see. So while Farmington Hills did lose the Culinary Institute, let me tell you about what you're getting. What you are getting through this consolidation is all of our health sciences. So we're moving all of our health sciences from our Waterford Township campus and our Southfield campus, and we're going to move them into a newly renovated space that used to be a very old gym and pool building that has been left vacant for years. It's bothered me. We're renovating that entire building. If you drive by, you already can't recognize it. Once it's done, you will not recognize it compared to how it used to look. We're really excited about this because it's going to allow us to put all of our health programs on one floor. So dental hygiene, diagnostic, medical sonography, healthcare administration, medical assisting, nursing. I won't go through all of these. The point is we're trying to simulate on one floor a situation where all of these different areas, these students can collaborate the way they would at a hospital, the way they would at a Corewell Health, for example. And so we're really excited about that. And then on the second floor, we're going to build a second floor, right? The tall gym ceiling, tall pool ceiling. We're going to build a second floor, and we're going to put wet labs, chemistry, biology, and so it's truly going to be a health sciences building. We are on track for that to open for classes the fall of 2027. So super excited about that. Thank you. And Theresa, if that wasn't enough, there's more. We have big plans for the about 40 acres that we have on the east side of our Farmington Hills campus. Many of you are familiar with it. It's always frustrated us. You drive in off of Orchard Lake Road, which is our main entrance, and you literally have to drive a half a mile before you see activity. And it just doesn't feel good. It's not vibrant. I have to believe that when students come, you have to wonder, where is everybody? And so we've really struggled with this parcel of land. I joke, but we're serious. The only thing we really have ever done with this land for the last 60 years is plow the snow in the parking lot. And so we have big plans for it. We are going to, back to the plan for the future, we are going to move all of our athletics to the Farmington Hills campus from Auburn Hills. And we have a partner that's going to help us make this even better, and that's the Illich family. And they want to build a 3-sheet ice arena. And so what we're talking about is a development that will have a brand new field house that is owned, developed, and paid for by OCC, a new softball field that we have to move from our Highland Lakes campus in Waterford back to reducing our footprint, creating vibrancy, modernizing our facilities. And then the Illich family is going to build a 3-sheet ice arena, and the idea is that it would be attached to our field house. They'll have concessions, maybe a little Caesars, I'm not sure, have to believe. And it is going to vitalize that entire parcel of land. You'll be able to see it from the freeway. Where this is really going is a partnership, kind of looking at what two organizations do really well and how can you partner to be better together. They're looking to build a training center for their athletes, but academics is really important to them. And so what we're looking to do is leverage what we each do best, where ultimately you'll have an ice arena there, you'll have all of our athletes there. They're looking to develop this where they'll have the ability, they'll build housing there so that their athletes can live right on campus. Their athletes, while in high school, will take classes at OCC through dual enrollment in our Oakland Early College that exists there. And so what we're looking at is building an actual sports academy right here in Farmington Hills where they will be recruiting athletes from around the country. Very exciting, and wait, there's more. What we also would like to do as part of the second phase is the Illich family is looking to build a hotel so that it's a one-stop shop as well as a couple restaurants so that when people are visiting, while there's tournaments, they have a place to stay, people have a place to eat, the community has a place to eat, our students have a place to eat, and we're also signaling out there to people, to organizations like Corewell, we would love to bring together a health system partner and build a sports medicine complex where we can now offer training from OCC and physical therapy assisting, but now their athletes can go there, our athletes can go there, and the community would be able to go and for sports injuries, get your knees fixed, all that kind of thing. So this is an amazing project. Where are we at in the timeline? The board has already approved in the fall the pre-development agreement, which means we're studying a site plan. In the next month or so, we plan on doing a presentation publicly to our board to show the work that we've done on the site plan and what things could look like. After that is approved by the board, we're going to get some feedback from the board. It actually goes to Farmington Hills for your review and your input. We anticipate that if all goes well, we could have an agreement from our board as early as, with the Illich family, as early as this fall, so fall of 2026, with the possibility of opening in 2028. So more to come on this. I plan on giving you a much more meaningful update next year with probably much prettier pictures than just this empty parking lot. So more to come. And just to conclude, our plan for the future is working. Not only is enrollment growing, but our students, they're taking more classes and they're graduating at higher rates than ever before, and that's something that we're really proud of. And none of this could be possible without the support of our trustees. In fact, we have one trustee here in the audience, Mavita Burris. Mavita, just maybe wave. Appreciate all of your support. And we appreciate all of the community support. Without the community support, we could not do all of the amazing things that I feel blessed to be able to brag about every single year. So thank you again for your support, and I'm ready to introduce you to our next speaker. Say hello to Dr. Kelly Coffin, who has been in education for 30 years, and she's probably 58, serving as an educator in both general education and special education. She's been a building administrator at the elementary and secondary level, local and intermediate school district superintendent, assistant superintendent, adjunct professor for Eastern Michigan University's Leadership and Counseling Department, and a local district superintendent. Kelly is also involved in many organizations, including a founding and current board member of the Michigan Future of Learning Council, a group of K-12 superintendents and district level leaders committed to personalized competency-based learning. Kelly also has worked most recently with Michigan Virtual to support educators in the work of embracing remote virtual learning and adopting a learning management system to enhance the K-12 instructional delivery model across the educational system. Professional publications include the book Necessary Leadership, 2018. In addition, Kelly was a member of the inaugural Google and GSV Education Innovation Fellowship Cohort, which is a fellowship of top-level instructional leaders dedicated to the use of technology as a lever for innovation and impact. How about a warm welcome for Dr. Coffin?
Thank you.
All right, good evening, everyone. It is my absolute pleasure to be able to welcome you all to Farmington High School, home of the Falcons, for this year's State of the City's address. We are thrilled to be able to host this event right here in our district, having our city leaders, our community partners, legislators, and distinguished guests gathered in our halls serves as a powerful reminder of the vital connection between our classrooms and the vibrant communities of Farmington and Farmington Hills. Before I start my formal presentation, I want to take a moment to recognize the dedicated individuals who provide the vision and leadership necessary for our district to thrive. Our work is guided by the steadfast support of our amazing Farmington Public Schools Board of Education. Please join me in acknowledging President Terry Weems, Vice President Donald Walker, Secretary Dr. Cheryl Blau, Treasurer Claudia Heinrich, Trustee Angie Smith, Trustee Thomas Hull, and Trustee Ron Racino. Round of applause for them. I want to personally thank you for your tireless service and your deep commitment to both our school district and the greater Farmington community. I'm truly excited tonight to share the many great things happening in our districts. These updates demonstrate how our work with students and families continues to be at the very center of our mission and our commitment to this community. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm excited now to jump in to my presentation, which I'll do over here because I don't like standing there. Everything we do, students are at the center. Here you can see our vision, our mission, and our profile of a lifelong learner, which are the competencies that we want our students to leave with when they leave Farmington Public Schools. Our Board of Education did a book study about a year or so ago, and they made a commitment that we were going to be very intentional and purposeful in how we structure our classrooms in order to support not only our students' well-being, but also academic excellence. There you can see our goals and guiding concepts, the student experiences at the center of this blueprint, all the school systems and elements that we continue to work through, and of course, most importantly, the foundation, which is our community context. And we do this through our commitments, through these 4 pillars. High expectations for all. And when we say all, we mean each and every student has access and opportunity to high-level learning experiences. Equitable instruction, where high-quality resources are in each and every classroom. Alignment of these resources of evidence-based practice and high standards for all. And finally, an investment in our educators through our professional learning and collaboration efforts. What we want is truly this, that every day, every learner comes to school, is met at their specific learning level, is challenged, is successful, and most importantly, cannot wait to return to school tomorrow and do it all over again. So I want to talk about some of our amazing students just to demonstrate the work that's happening here in our district. We had the amazing opportunity to learn from one of our former students, an IB graduate, class of 22, Megna. She shared that she was going into pre-med and was excelling. She had strong experiences and opportunities, but shared with us that she was absolutely miserable in that program. But she shared that how IB gave her an academic head start and the mindset to help her pivot when she realized pre-med wasn't for her. Now she is pursuing environmental policy and community engagement, living into that profile of a lifelong learner and the competencies that we're so proud of developing in our young learners. We have a path for all. We have 11 state-approved career and tech ed programs offered right in our high schools, both here and at North Farmington. 46% of our high school students are enrolled in a CTE program during high school. That's a 7% increase from last year. And we had 490 students earn industry-related certifications. I want to also talk a little bit about Aiden. He's a class of 2025. Aiden came to us as a freshman at North Farmington High School and was very interested in our automotive technology class. So he started in that as a freshman. He's a 3-time state champ who went on to win Skills USA Nationals, scoring first in the nation. He chose now to go to Grand Valley State University as to study electrical engineering. Proof that CTE learning does accelerate the college and career options of our students. We also know that we must look at our learners who are in the middle, moving from elementary into their high school career. And so we are changing the middle school experience through our middle school teaming model. Our students learn in small teams of teachers, and this supports a smoother transition from elementary into that 6th grade. And flexible learning blocks, not the junior high model we were used to with the bells ringing every 50 minutes. But this allows teachers to make the decision on when to go deeper or slow down or adjust the pacing so that our students get what they need each day. At our high school, right here in this high school, we have something that's a flexible learning model called Flex Time here at Farmington High. This gives students an opportunity to know they have a consistent built-in opportunity 2 days a week to get extra academic support when they need it. It creates dedicated time for them to prepare for some of their major assessments, like the SAT, so that they can access the knowledge and understanding they have versus worrying about the format of the assessment. Encourage students to grow beyond the classroom and build their life skills around time management and self-direction. The adults have to continue learning if we want this for our students that we serve. Here you can see by the numbers our literacy and math professional learning that has happened over this past year. We have almost 3,000 hours of our teachers collectively over the past couple years learning a new Wit and Wisdom professional learning program to make sure we have high quality resources in every classroom. And we have 618 hours so far in our secondary literacy professional learning. You can see in math, we just implemented a new secondary math program. We've already spent almost 1,300 hours with our teachers, giving them what they deserve and need to be the best for our students. Speaking of career pathways, we are thrilled that Farmington in November of 2025 hired our first Director of Career Pathways and Workforce Innovation, a newly created role just dedicated to keep making that connection for our students from high school into the workforce and helping parents understand how to help their students plan their pathway beginning at the elementary level. This happens through our focus on acceleration. These 4 areas have really been the key of our system change. Team-based staffing is allowing our teachers to be able to find time within the class to be able to accelerate learning for all. Our math guidance ensures that students can get accelerated learning opportunities within the class and at their grade level and advance as they're ready. We are looking at Algebra 1 being embedded in our 8th grade mathematics, so all students have the chance to be able to get to higher level math and continue that work in high school. And then rethinking small groups. Oftentimes we think of small groups as students who need a little bit of support. We also have students that need the support and acceleration, and our teachers are working through that to ensure everyone gets what they need when they need it. We are committed to ensuring that success starts here, and you can see this through our strategic plan. Our strategic plan is focused on equity and innovation at every level. And we have accountability. You can see a brief snapshot of our strategic planning dashboard that you can find on our website, and you'll see all the areas that we are measuring to ensure we're moving in the right direction. We also know it's very important that our students feel safe when they're in our schools. In our building support, we've added additional supports at our secondary level with highly trained hall monitors to ensure our students feel safe all day. We are school resource officers, an amazing partnership with the City of Farmington, the City of Farmington Hills in providing support for our schools, and we are in the process of adding one more school resource officer with Farmington Hills, so we are excited about that. Finally, our SEL support, it's very important that our students get what they need, both socially and emotionally, to make sure that they are ready to learn. It is so important that we are hearing from our community, so I wanted to share just a few ways that we stay connected. We are having a blast, the board members and I, going to lunch and learns and talking with our students about what does it mean to be successful and what opportunities do you have. And they're sharing the most amazing things with us. I love walking and talking with our building principals and seeing what are you excited about, what are the challenges that you face, and what's next on the horizon for our staff and our students. We have a student roundtable. These are 9th through 12th grade students representing all 3 of our high schools who can't wait to help us think about how to redesign learning at the high school level. We have our Parent Ambassador Network. We have community conversations happening. We're meeting with our parent-teacher organizations and doing presentations like this to make sure people are aware of the great things happening in our district. Speaking of student voice, here are some examples of what we're hearing. Through the Lunch and Learns, our students are saying, being noticed matters to us. It is important. Belonging and safety are foundational to us being able to learn at high levels. Real life learning matters. We are hearing this as early as 1st and 2nd grade. Our students want something that connects to the real world. And students want choice, personalization, and earlier pathways. We talked to our student roundtable and we said, when in your day is learning the constant and time the variable versus the traditional system where time seems to be the constant? And they said, when we're working on projects, when we're dual enrolled and we're doing self-paced courses, when we have flex time and when we are allowed, we have opportunities to participate in work-based learning. So moving forward, our 10-year planning efforts are underway. The board has been working from a 10-year plan, and we are about wrapping that up. And now it's looking at what does the next 10 years look like for Farmington Public Schools. We're assessing our infrastructure need. We're looking at our building utilization and space allocation. We're looking at transportation, trying to find ways of more efficiencies to support our families. We're looking at a 10-year technology plan, looking at our athletic space and our facilities, both inside and outside. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, our instructional programming. We've heard very loud and clear from all of our stakeholders that it's really important that STEM and STEAM programming is at the center of the future for FPS. In closing, education is the improving of lives for others, and for leaving your community and world better than where you found it. I am so blessed to be able to be part of such an amazing community, and I thank you so much, and always interested in sharing more about the amazing work happening at Farmington Public Schools. I remembered. All right, now it is my honor and privilege to introduce Mayor Theresa Rich. Mayor Rich is a leader, attorney, and advocate committed to strengthening the Farmington Hills community. She was elected as a mayor in 2023 and re-elected in 2025 after serving a prior term as a city council member. As a probate attorney, small business owner, and advocate for seniors, children, and families, she combines her legal expertise with a passion for public service. Dr. Rich's career spans over 3 decades in the automotive industry, where she led initiatives in tax law, corporate strategy, and global training seminars. Having served 14 years on the Oakland Schools Board of Education, her commitment to education continues as a part-time instructor at Wayne State University. She has also played a vital role on numerous boards and commissions at the local, state, and national levels. A proud Farmington Hills resident for over 30 years, Mayor Rich and her husband Brian own Rich Law PLLC and proudly raised their 2 adult children, former Farmington Public Schools trustee Zach Rich and Allison Rich, MD, in Farmington Hills. Welcome, Mayor Rich.
Thank you. And holy smokes, folks, it took me 65 years to get all that. Well, good evening. Welcome. Thank you to the Chamber. Thank you, Corewell. Thank you, OCC. And wasn't the superintendent fabulous? My name is Theresa Rich. I'm delighted to be able to serve as mayor of Farmington Hills. This is a job you don't do by yourself. So let me introduce you to our council, many of whom are here this evening. If you could stand and be recognized, please. And we're joined by quite a few electeds at the local, state, county, and federal level this evening. So if you're here in the crowd, please stand and let us know you're here. And of course, with the courts. So thank you very much. And then finally, we definitely don't get anything done in this community without an extraordinary staff led by Acting City Manager Karen Mondora. So staff, Team Farmington Hills, if you're here, let us applaud you. And the rest of this, I need to put on my glasses and pay attention to the script. You know, there's a saying, if you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there. And the superintendent just spent a fair amount of her time talking about what the school district has done with its visioning and its strategic planning. Well, the last time Farmington Hills did any strategic planning was 2011. And frankly, members of council were concerned that the city was becoming stale, that we weren't moving fast enough. We all agreed we needed to chart our path. And so we embarked upon a year-long strategic visioning process. And as a result, council and I adopted a new strategic plan to guide the city toward our community's future. This plan was shaped through extensive input from residents, council, staff, and community partners. Our strategic plan sets forth a new vision for Farmington Hills as a city that strives to be a vibrant destination. And that so ties in with what Chancellor Provenzano talked about. He must have used the word vibrant half a dozen times, and that's what we're working toward as well. So we're striving to be a vibrant destination that preserves a welcoming and safe community where innovation, culture, and green spaces inspire people and businesses to flourish. This plan also establishes a mission for city employees to deliver best-in-class services that sustain a high quality of life for everyone who calls Farmington Hills home. And for the first time, City Council set our goals this year in conjunction with a vision. Every element, every goal had to align with the vision or it didn't make the cut to be involved in our work plan. And tonight, I'm so excited to share how we're working toward these goals. Council's #1 goal for the coming year focuses on the areas of planning, zoning, engineering, and building. We've all heard about how expensive it can be to buy a home in Farmington Hills, how costly it can be to do development and make improvements. Delays add cost, and our commitment is to make sure that our operations are fair, fast, and predictable. We're doing this through expediting implementation of the zoning changes that we gave the thumbs up to when our master plan for future land use was approved 2 years ago. We're doing this through moving some of our processes to more efficient online approaches. We're doing this through an audit of our processes to see what we need to do to make sure that we are best in class, and that'll include pushing approvals down so it takes less time. And finally, we're doing this through continuing to make sure we have alignment between council, city administration, the Planning Commission, and the Zoning Board of Appeals. This is going to take some time, folks, and the positive impact is going to be fantastic. Our focus is on growth, investment, and development, and it's going to go a long ways toward moving us to that vibrant destination. Now let's talk about economic development. Last year, we conducted extensive market research in key business corridors, and that research revealed a goldmine of potential in Farmington Hills. The Grand River corridor that has been long neglected had become a food desert. You know, if you want to buy groceries in that area, the only place you have to purchase food is Target. We are missing out on millions of dollars of food spending every year, and through our study, we've learned that we can accommodate at least 20 new restaurants in the area from Orchard Lake Road to Inkster Road. So Corewell, we're working on this for you. And we're putting in the work, and we're already seeing that it's having a domino effect, literally. Where a T-Mobile was across the street from Corewell Health, we've got our first new restaurant coming, a Domino's Pizza. We're also working to make this a more walkable area. And so we're looking to make this rendering or something similar along the lines. We're still working on it. But by the 2030s, you're not going to recognize what the Grand River corridor was, where it'll be transformed into a beautiful, vibrant, more walkable district, keeping opportunity and spending right here in our city. And in the 12-mile and Orchard Lake Road corridors, there is monumental change coming. Finally, 2 years after approval, we've had demolition at Hunter Square, the northern gateway to the city. It has finally happened, and rebirth is beginning. Yep, it took us 2 years to get to have a hole in the ground, but from that hole in the ground, we are going to see a new Meijer, a new Nordstrom Rack, a new Total Wine as part of this immersive retail center where we can look forward to dining out and gathering in green spaces surrounded by public art. And we can look forward to more public art across the city as well. Last year, our council passed an ordinance making it a requirement that most new developments over $2 million have an element of funding toward public art, either in the location of where the development will be or elsewhere as part of the city fund. Farmington Hills is open for business. Over 75 of the Fortune 500 businesses have a presence in our city, a sign that our big business is thriving here. We are the second largest city to host Japanese businesses, or the most number of Japanese businesses in the state. We're the second largest. And small businesses are prosperous here as well. Orchard Lake Road, from 10 Mile to 14 Mile roads, is an established international dining district. Where else can you find the only Georgian restaurant, and I'm not talking peaches and pecans, I'm talking from the country, Georgian restaurant between New York and Chicago, next door to a halal wing spot, across the street from a Persian restaurant. In our city, where we speak over 60 languages in our homes, we are fortunate to have first, second, and third generation immigrants who have brought their traditions and their recipes and invested in businesses. You and your taste buds can travel the world without leaving our city, and that is a uniquely Farmington Hills experience. And my friends, you don't have to worry if you don't have the time or funds to go to Epcot for spring break. Not to worry this year. You can eat cuisines from all across the world in Farmington Hills and not leave the city. And we are looking forward to 14 new dining destinations opening in our city this coming year, including one that begins with the letter Z, Zarzor Prime, where the Pet Supplies Plus is right now. So, Chamber, I'm looking at you, and I'm putting the challenge out now that we need to have an A to Z dining passport challenge in Farmington Hills. And before you say, are you only going to talk about restaurants? No. Office occupancy increased last year as organizations and companies opened and expanded in Farmington Hills. You know, folks have figured out that if you put a pin in the middle of Farmington Hills and draw a half an hour, that's 2.8 million people. 80% of the folks who live in our region are within a half hour of Farmington Hills. And so it's no surprise that we have companies opening and expanding, including our beloved Kirk Gibson Center for Parkinson's Wellness, NAI Farbman, and Fishbeck. And the whole former CompuWare office park on Northwestern that was a ghost town for a lot of years is now filled to capacity for the first time since the recession. Together, these factors signal real stabilization and renewed confidence in our business sector and local economy, showing that Farmington Hills is moving forward with strength and momentum to become that vibrant destination. In addition to all these super cool coming attractions, we still need to make sure we're doing the basics well. When I talk to members of our community and say, what do you love about Farmington Hills? It's usually two things. They love our diversity, and I talked about that a little bit. But they also say, I love that it's safe. That doesn't happen without being intentional. Our Farmington Hills Police Department is one of the very few 3-time accredited law enforcement agencies in the state of Michigan. Our city's dispatch center is fully staffed for the first time in several years, answering your call 24/7. And police and firefighters respond to every call, every single one. And before you say, Well, of course they do. You need to realize that is not the case everywhere. But it is the case in Farmington Hills. If you call for help, we respond. In 2025, our police department responded to almost 53,000 calls for service. That's over 1,000 a week, and an increase of 11% over 2024. And our fire department responded to more than 14,000 incidents, nearly 10% more than 2024. And when demand goes up again this coming year, they're ready for that too, while maintaining the highest performance and safety standards. We know that our police and firefighters routinely put their lives at risk to ensure our safety, and for that, we are so very grateful. We also realize that, remember back when you'd get on an airplane and they'd say, make sure you put on your own mask before you try to help somebody else? We also realize that's important too. And so we required department-wide mental health easy for me to say. We require department-wide mental health intervention training. And our city's police department has led the way in this. Everyone in the department has had mental health intervention training, and now that is serving as a model for the departments throughout the state of Michigan. And our fire department is committed to making our community safer, sharing fire prevention education with over 12,000 residents last year, teaching about 4,000 people CPR, and installing hundreds of smoke and carbon monoxide detectors free of charge. The fire department also opened an emergency operations center this past year that was funded by a $3 million grant from the state of Michigan. So thank you to our senators, Mary Kavanaugh and Rosemary Bayer, and our state reps Kelly Breen, Jason Hoskins, and Samantha Steckloff for advocating for us in Lansing. This tech-equipped space gives our team the tools they need to prepare for and respond to natural or man-made disasters. And because of this upgrade, we are also able to dedicate a space to be used as a warming or cooling center as needed by the community during times of need. The police department continues to find new ways to build meaningful connections, reaching people at every stage of life and meeting them where they are. Last year, they participated in over 150 community engagement events and relaunched the department's Youth Police Academy for the first time in a generation, building relationships with 30 teenagers and giving them an inside look at law enforcement. A coming attraction is a distracted driving initiative to make better teen drivers that's going to be done in partnership with the First AME Church and Humanetics. We are also getting a brand new Mustang that is purchased entirely with a federal grant for the purpose of community engagement. So look for that on the road this year. Hopefully not behind you with the lights on. In a community, neighbors help neighbors, and so it is with Farmington Hills and our neighboring communities. In addition to our mutual aid that we implement on a daily basis, for the first time, the city partnered with news station WDIV Local 4 to share life-saving fire prevention tips with thousands of Metro Detroiters last fall. Community partnerships like these make our city and the entire region safer, while building our reputation locally as well as across the state. Strong neighborhoods where people live and thrive are the foundation of every path. Bless you. In 2025, we invested more than $38 million in roads, sidewalks, and neighborhood infrastructure. Projects like the reconstruction of Halstead Road, for which we received $500,000 in federal grants, and the Shady Ridge gravel conversion improved safety, accessibility, and daily life for our residents. And folks, a year ago, that was a gravel road. In 2026, we're investing even more, $41 million toward infrastructure improvements across the city. We're also focused on seeking creative ways to fund neighborhood initiatives, like the creation of a new accessible nature trail at the Hawk, thanks to a generous donation from Mercedes-Benz Financial Services, as well as from Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union. And in the near future, there will be even more exciting sponsorship opportunities. Our city continues to seek out grant funding, recently securing $325,000 for improvements to crosswalks and to help make neighborhoods more walkable. We're also focused on placemaking to foster stronger connections between our community and public spaces. I think I'm on the next one. There we go. Our recreation spaces are thriving, and we're continuing to build environments where residents can come together and enjoy the best Farmington Hills has to offer. In 2025, we saw remarkable growth across our recreational programs and venues, with increases in both attendance and revenue. And this tells us something powerful. Our residents are seeking connection, community, and high-quality spaces to gather. And really, isn't that a lot of what the superintendent was sharing that the students tell them that they're looking for as well? The momentum that we've had this past year included a record number of kids, about 6,000 enrolled in our summer camps. And those camps generated $1.2 million in revenue for the city, which is great. But more importantly, it gave our young people a real connection to their community and sets them up for future success. We're moving forward with exciting plans to replace the Costic Activity Center with a new, standalone, modern facility that reflects the future we're building together. This center is expected to cost in the neighborhood of $30 to $35 million and last us for the next 40 years. We're in the preliminary stages of architectural and engineering work, and I ask, and council and I ask, your patience as this vision takes shape. Transformational projects take time, care, and collaboration, and we're hoping for construction to begin as soon as next year. In the meantime, we're bringing together a diverse group of community members to serve as an ad hoc steering committee to help guide the project. We're also pursuing funding and recently secured an $850,000 federal grant, thanks to Senators Alyssa Slotkin and Gary Peters, as well as Congresswoman Haley Stevens, and some of their representatives are here this evening. Please stand so we can say thank you. We've heard what you want included in the new center and are designing it with those amenities in mind, including a full modern kitchen that will allow us to continue Meals on Wheels and congregate meals while hosting celebrations and programs in ways we haven't been able to before. By the way, our Meals on Wheels program, and we're only one of 3 communities in the county that does our own, our Meals on Wheels program delivers more than 100,000 meals a year to our homebound senior residents who need it and rely on it. And it's not just the food. It's the person-to-person connection of our army of volunteers that do those deliveries that makes all the difference. And in just a few years, when the new facility opens, the Hawk campus will become an intergenerational hub for recreation and culture, an inspiring place for engagement at every age. We know that the Costic Center today is beloved by the many seniors who use it. we also know it is way beyond its useful life and basically being held together with baling wire and chewing gum. And so we are working on the replacement with a sense of urgency. And as we have previously committed, Council and I have promised everyone that the Caustic Center will remain open. We will do the repairs needed to keep it open and continue serving our adults 50 and better while we work toward opening the replacement facility. So one of the roles as mayor that I had no idea was going to be such a big role for me as mayor is serving as the city's wedding officiant. I have now officiated 144 weddings that have brought in over $25,000, which, by the way, is darn close to what I've made in 2 years as mayor. And most of that money is dedicated toward our Mayor's Youth Council, and we are going to be taking members of our Mayor's Youth Council to the Michigan Municipal League Capital Conference in Lansing next week, so we're very excited about that. In addition to the weddings, we also do something every year called Farmington Hills I Do Still. It's a vow renewal, so for those of you marrieds out there, plan ahead for next year, the Friday before Valentine's. We have now done this effort for 3 years, so about 120 couples have come back. But what's resulted is so cool. We have received hundreds of thousands of dollars of positive TV, radio, print, and social media coverage, not just locally, but all across the state. And this event has helped net positive revenue and resulted in increased bookings at our beloved Longacre House. As mayor, I have one superpower, and that is the power to convene. In late 2025, when the federal government had an extended shutdown, I convened community, nonprofit, government, education, and faith leaders to launch an initiative called Feed the Need Farmington Hills. Together, we're addressing the critical needs our neighbors face, from school kids who would not have breakfast and lunch during the recent holidays, to providing turkeys for families at Thanksgiving, to making sure children have the basic dignity of having clean clothes to wear to school. Alongside our residents and community partners, we're shaping solutions that reflect the true heart of our city. What we've learned is we have a number of groups doing really good work, but they didn't necessarily know what one another were doing. And we still are working to get our arms around what are the various gaps in the community. The work we're doing to come together is very powerful, and so for those who would like to join us, we meet the second Monday of every month at 2 p.m. at Narden Park United Methodist Church. My deepest thanks go out to everyone who is part of this essential work, and coming soon, Feed the Need will be sponsoring mobile food pantries at Ward Church in partnership with Forgotten Harvest. As our community evolves, the city is working to meet your needs. This includes expanding toward accessibility and inclusivity. Every child, regardless of ability, should be able to enjoy a playground. And we recently secured a federal grant of $500,000 to be administered by the Michigan Department of Public Resources to support the creation of an adaptive playground at Heritage Park. We're also modernizing systems. We all know time is money, and that's why we're knocking down the barriers to make sure doing business with the city becomes easier and easier. From online applications for many things, from employment to building permits and inspection requests. And by the way, we would still love to meet prospective employees in person. So mark your calendars. We're hosting hiring events at 5 p.m. on Tuesday, March 10th, and again on Monday, March 16th at the Hawk. Much of the success of our city is due to our volunteers. I already talked about the army of volunteers we have that help out with Meals on Wheels. We have everything from people in this picture who are helping with management of invasive plants in our parks and watershed, to commissions on aging, beautification, community health, historical district, parks and recs, innovation and environment, zoning, planning, and improving voter participation, and I'm pretty sure I left out a couple. We welcome you. So if you are a Farmington Hills resident and you are not presently serving on one of our boards and commissions, please do take a look at our website and to see what might resonate for you. Our city continues to hold our AAA bond rating. This is important because our bond rating means it's less expensive for us to borrow money. And for the 41st consecutive year, our finance department was recognized by the Government Finance Officers Association. And this achievement reflects our city's dedication to exceeding national standards, and it's evidence of our legacy of excellence in financial management and stewardship. So here's a did you know. Did you know that perhaps one of the most exciting honors we had this last year was being named one of the 25 best places to live in the United States? Thank you, Architectural Digest. And part of that is because of the work of our Cultural Arts Division, which was very specifically called out when we received that commendation. And our Cultural Arts Division celebrated 25 years of cultivating creativity and community this past year. Also in 2025, we had record voter turnout in our local election, and it demonstrates our community's investment in the future of our city. And on a note of personal privilege, I'd like to thank the voters of Farmington Hills for keeping me in the mayor's office. Whether you voted for me or not, or whether you can vote at all, I commit to being mayor for all 84,000 of us. A natural next step from the visioning work I talked about at the beginning of this presentation, that lets you know we're getting close to the end, is our city has new branding and a new tagline, a place for every path. This tagline is part of Farmington Hills' new brand identity, capturing the spirit of who we are and the future we're building together to be that vibrant destination. Throughout my presentation, you may have also noticed a refreshed version of the city's logo. Pretty snazzy, right? Following the presentation, you're going to receive a small token showcasing how we bring this refreshed identity to life, along with information about the city's participation in the nation's 250th anniversary. Neighbors, we've grown in the last 2 years, in each of the last 2 years. And the true strength of this city comes from our people. All 84,000 plus who call Farmington Hills home, from all walks of life. Families putting down roots, seniors representing generations, entrepreneurs driving innovation, students discovering their path forward, immigrants making their way in a new land, and neighbors who contribute to a safe, welcoming sense of belonging for all. And we're still growing. We are on track to reach 85,000 residents in the near future, so Troy at 87, watch yourselves. The work that we do each day is centered on supporting all community members as they pursue their chosen paths while helping shape the future of our city. I know I shared a lot tonight, so let me close with this. The future of Farmington Hills is bright, and that's because our city is strong. Whether you are part of our growing population, one of the 114,000 people who work or own a business in Farmington Hills, or one of our 800 plus city employees, in Farmington Hills, we're proud to have you pave your path to success right here. What we are building in this community is phenomenal and is going to have a ripple effect for generations. Together, we are creating fireworks, and I can't wait to keep this momentum going in 2026 and look forward to celebrating the 250th anniversary of the United States with you on June 25th with fireworks at Founders Park. So be sure to get your City of Farmington Hills Save the Date magnet as you leave tonight. Thank you to my fellow presenters, to the Chamber, to Council. We can't get things done unless we're working together. And most importantly, thank all of you for spending Friday night with us. And now, it is my distinct honor to introduce my friend and partner, Mayor Joe LaRussa, a registered professional engineer in the state of Michigan with more than 25 years of diversified experience in industrial, public, and nonprofit sectors. Joe was first elected to City Council in 2017 and served as Mayor Pro Tem from 2019 to 23 prior to becoming the Mayor of Farmington. He has been a champion for infrastructure renewal and redevelopment in the city and has helped lead transformational change. In addition to serving on City Council, Joe serves as the chair of the Farmington Brownfield Redevelopment Authority and Retiree Healthcare Board of Trustees. He's been Farmington's delegate to the Southeast Michigan Council of Governments, SEMCOG, and I have a feeling you'll hear from them later, since 2018, and is currently vice chair of the organization. He serves on the Board of Trustees for Michigan Municipal League. Joe is the owner of Supremo Consulting and Advisory Services, serving clients with strategic planning, operationalization, and project management. He holds a Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering and 2 master's degrees, all from the University of Michigan, Dearborn. And please welcome Mayor Joe LaRussa.
Thank you, Theresa. Nice job. Very good. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor Rich. My mother thanks you, Susan, for putting Joseph up there. I really appreciate that. You'll get your accolades after. We didn't rehearse this in advance, but could I just ask for the house lights to come up for a second? Yeah. You know, it's the 7th inning stretch, right? I mean, you got a guy with a camera. So just stay in your seats for a second, but you got to smile or wave your hands. Don't throw anything. That would be bad. 1, 2, 3. Yay, over there, this side. Mom, wave. Okay, good. Good job. All right, thank you for that. Well, good evening and welcome to all of our residents, business owners, visitors, and friends. I come before you with my 3rd State of the City address with excitement and pride, and I'm happy to inform all of you this evening that the state of our city is strong. The sources of that strength lie in 2 words that summarize a great year in Farmington: effectiveness and momentum. Effectiveness starts with elected leaders, and I'm proud that our City Council remains committed to finding the Farmington way in everything that we do. Mayor Pro Tem Jonna Balk, Councilman Kevin Parkins, Councilman and former Mayor Steve Schneeman, and Councilwoman Maria Taylor, along with myself, constitute a body with 32 years of combined experience. That level of skill and stability help provide a foundation for effectiveness. I want to thank them for serving and for all their work in various committees and task forces to make Farmington so welcoming and wonderful. If they could please stand to be recognized at this time. Effectiveness is also the result of strong leadership in our administration, led by City Manager David Murphy. David completed his 10th year of service to the City of Farmington, a tenure that brings an additional stabilizing element and supports long-term thinking, withstanding the ever-changing circumstances that challenge local governments all over the state and nation. The team at City Hall did, however, see some changes. Claire Cooney joined the city as the new manager of the Civic Theater. Claire brings a wealth of experience as a filmmaker, an actor, and senior film programmer. She has already brought proposals forward to reinvigorate the theater, like adding it to the Syndicate Social District, in order to overcome the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic on movie theaters everywhere. I'm looking forward to the successful implementation of those ideas. Josh Leach is Farmington's new Public Works Superintendent. Having been with the city since 2007 and serving previously as the Assistant Superintendent, Josh's experience and leadership have been crucial to keeping our infrastructure in tip-top shape. He delivered key improvements at DPW, including the construction of our new salt storage facility. And I'm grateful for all the work he and his team have done to keep our streets clear and our water flowing during recent winter weather events. Jess Westendorf is Downtown Farmington's new executive director, where she has been serving since 2019. Her ongoing commitment to placemaking, economic vitality, and downtown business support will certainly continue downtown Farmington's success streak. Speaking of success in downtown Farmington, last year the district saw 9 of the city's 11 new businesses open there, and the DDA's public investment of $226,000 was matched by $8.4 million in private investment. That's a 37 times multiplier. And it speaks directly to the attractiveness of our safe, walkable, and cool spaces. And for the second year in a row, downtown has been named a semifinalist for the Great American Main Street Award, a national contest that has brought a lot of notoriety and attention to our city. Part of the application process for the award was a video submission, which I'd like you all to see tonight. Farmington, Michigan, the Great American Main Street comeback story. From a dead downtown with a lot of inactive space, this city has come a long way in a relatively short period of time.
We had 5 lanes of traffic with no parking on either side, and nothing was here to try and capture the attention of those that were passing through.
Historic preservation is really a pillar of our strategy for downtown.
In 2023, we issued a call to the community to build Dine-In Park. And just 6 months after opening Dine-In Park, we asked again. We had raised $90,000 to build that brand new public space at Mason's Corner, which is such an important historic site in downtown Farmington. The Farmington Civic Theater, a city-owned historic theater. The city cares about their public spaces enough to purchase it.
And we went and preserved it and hired somebody to run it, and they've been doing a fantastic job. It's been a success story in our downtown, like many other success stories.
We decided we wanted to bring our brewery here. The DDA was welcoming, the city was welcoming, the patrons are welcoming, and everybody is just happy that we're here.
So yes, I might be the mayor of this city, but at one time I was looking for a place to build my home, to build my life. And of all the places I could have picked, I picked this town, and I would pick this town again. Congratulations to Jess, DDA Board Chair Todd Kraft, and the entire DDA Board for all your hard work, and fingers crossed that the second time's the charm to prevail as the Great American Main Street Award winners. External recognition is certainly one measure of effectiveness. Another is efficiency. Based on updates to Michigan election law and the increased utilization of early and absentee voting, the clerk's office, led by Clerk Megan Bachman, made the recommendation to consolidate Farmington's voting precincts from 5 to 3. In December, Council approved the consolidation, which will be in effect for the 2026 election cycle. The new 3 precincts will be serviced by 2 voting locations, City Hall for Precinct 1 and Farmington High School for Precincts 2 and 3, saving the city approximately $35,000 in election administration costs while maintaining our ability to serve in-person voters and meet new mandates for voting equipment. Affected residents should watch for updated voter registration cards, and I want to thank Clerk Bachman for her proactiveness on this topic. Effectiveness is also the result of strong financial management. Finding cost savings and avoiding cost increases is an ongoing task for any organization, and City Hall is no different. Director of Finance and City Treasurer Jamie Pullman and her team continue to steer Farmington toward positive financial outcomes with impeccable attention to detail. Thanks in part to Jamie's leadership, the city avoided a 72% increase in property assessing costs. This is the fiscal stewardship our taxpayers expect, and I'm very grateful for Jamie's leadership in this area. There's perhaps no more direct example of the benefits of effectiveness and efficiency than Farmington's Public Safety Department, led by Director Bob Hohannison. Chief Hohannison and the Public Safety Department continue to deliver Farmington a low crime rate, fast response times, and investment in an effective community policing and firefighting strategy with strong public support. In 2025, the department took delivery of a new fire engine, Engine 1, and held a traditional push-in ceremony to mark the moment. This new engine was partially funded by $750,000 from the state of Michigan, and I would like to thank State Representative Jason Hoskins for his support along with our other state legislators. Investments in public safety save lives, and we're grateful for Jason's help to secure this support from the state. The Public Safety Department also acquired its first drone, which was funded in part by a donation from Freedom Church in Farmington, providing overwatch during parades, locating missing people, and assisting with public safety-related calls for service. This Eye in the Sky features live stream video that allows our officers to see like never before. Thermal imaging and infrared cameras capture details that allow officers to do their jobs more efficiently and effectively. Thank you, Chief, and to the entire Public Safety Department for all you do to keep Farmington safe and secure. Effectiveness builds momentum and attracts attention and investment. Farmington has momentum in spades. Our city is meeting the challenges facing our state in concrete ways, starting with housing. At this time last year, we were anticipating the construction of our newest housing project, Hillside Towns by Robertson Brothers. Today, the majority of the new housing is up, units have been sold, and we have our first occupants at Hillside Towns enjoying their proximity to downtown Farmington. This transformational housing project brought with it a total reconstruction of Thomas and School Streets, adding updated water and sewer infrastructure, brand new local streets, and a new sidewalk where previously there was none. I want to thank Assistant City Manager Chris Weber, who leads our Building and Planning Department, for his tireless work on this project to get it done. I invite all of you to take a stroll on the new Thomas Street and consider whether a townhome 1 block off Grand River Avenue might be right for you. Farmington is solving Michigan's housing shortage. We know how to be flexible when a project requires it, and we know how to maintain the fabric of our community with our zoning, design, and building regulations. As the state of Michigan considers proposed legislation to preempt zoning, I ask all of you tonight if the right answer for our two cities is to allow statewide mandates to disrupt and dictate the look and feel of our communities. I believe that partnership is a better strategy than preemption, and alternative legislation was recently introduced that incentivizes some of the same zoning reforms sought by the developer community, providing resources to help fund financing gaps on housing projects, and catalyzing affordability through deed restrictions so constructed units remain reserved for people earning up to 120% of the median area income, or $117,000 in Farmington's case. Please tell your friends to call your state legislators and tell them to choose partnership over preemption. Leave local control of land use alone and help us solve the housing shortage using carrots, not sticks. Farmington's partnership-based approach to Hillside Towns was recognized by the Home Builders Association of Michigan with a Yes in My Backyard, or YIMBY award. Farmington is a beacon for the entire state to address its housing shortage. We know how to do this. Help make the Farmington way on housing a model for the state of Michigan. Moving west from Hillside Towns, a new public space launched in 2025, Mason's Corner. You saw it briefly in the GAMSA video submission, and I presented a conceptual rendering of the space last year at this address. This year, after focused effort, $90,000 in philanthropic contributions from Farmington residents, businesses, and boosters, and support from the Masonic Lodge, we made this concept a reality. Mason's Corner incorporates functional art with design elements that complement the existing streetscape as well as the lodge, Farmington's first City Hall. Thank you to all the donors and friends who caught the vision for this space and made it a premier gathering spot in our downtown. Continuing west from Mason's Corner, one of Farmington's signature historic properties is next up for a glow-up. The Governor Warner Mansion has been the subject of a lot of planning at City Hall, and the results will definitely be worth it. The mansion is one of Farmington's most recognizable and loved historic landmarks. Like many 19th century era homes, it lacked modern plumbing and cooking space, so an addition was constructed to elevate the use of the property. But that addition has outlived its usefulness and brought challenges of its own. In response, the city is removing the rear addition that is pulled away from the main house and replacing it with a modern upgrade to fulfill the original intent. The house itself is not being altered. As America celebrates its 250th anniversary, Farmington is investing in preserving one of its most important historic spaces for the next generation. Envisioned as a thriving community space rather than frozen in time museum, the legacy of the Warner Mansion is being preserved by building its future. Now, you may hear conversations, or even some rumors, once construction begins. So I'm asking everyone to tell others you heard it directly from the mayor. The Warner Mansion is not being torn down. We are investing in it so it may be used for the next 100 years. Continuing west from the Warner Mansion, Farmington's momentum carries us to Drake Road, where the city continues pursuing its goal to be a walkable, pedestrian-friendly community. The Southeast Michigan Council of Governments, or SEMCOG, annually facilitates approximately $1 billion in federal transportation funding distribution to local communities. One of the programs used to distribute funding is the Transportation Alternatives Program, or TAP. I'm pleased to announce this evening that Farmington has been awarded almost $500,000 under this program. At this time, I would like to invite SEMCOG Chair and Oakland County Commissioner Gwen Markham, SEMCOG Executive Director Amy O'Leary, SEMCOG elected and staff colleagues, and my Farmington elected and administration colleagues to the stage for a special presentation. This funding will enable us, yes. This funding will enable us to add a new sidewalk to the west side of Drake from Freedom Road to Drake Park and install pedestrian safety upgrades to a couple of other key intersections in the city. Amy and Gwen, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Joe. Really happy to be here tonight. I'm Gwen Markham. I represent Farmington Hills, along with my colleague William Miller, who's over on the side of the room over there at the Oakland County Commission. But tonight I'm here as the chair of the Southeast Michigan Council of Governments. We are an organization of 186 local units of government in 7 counties in the Metro Detroit region, and we work together collaboratively to bring federal funding to the Metro Detroit area, and then when that funding is given to us by the federal government, we have a group of folks, Joe, myself, many others from all over the region that work together to choose which projects will be getting funding this year, because there's always more projects that want money than there is money.
Surprise.
But it's a really great process that we are able to embed alternative. I love this program because it's alternatives to driving. So it's things like pathways and everything to keep you off the road, bike paths, I don't know, all that kind of stuff. And I like this program because it really helps us drive our future toward a more walkable future, which is cleaner and also, just that much better of a community aspect to what we do. So we're really happy to be here tonight, and I'm going to give the mic to Amy so she can tell you the details.
All right. Well, thanks, everybody. I just want to commend the City of Farmington for what they're doing. some exciting projects and making sure that you put pedestrian safety first. And so this is Safe Streets Now money, and so it's my honor to give this federal funding to the city of Farmington to be able to make sure that the pedestrians are safe through refuge islands and sidewalks and hawk signals, all those things that help our community. So thank you for your leadership to the city of Farmington, and let's snap a picture.
Let's do it.
Come around.
Yeah, come on around. William and Maria, can you come to the other side? Balance the shot a little bit.
Put it a little lower.
And yep.
There we go.
What a lineup. It's the usual suspects. Look at these people. All right. Thank you very much. Man, I didn't think ahead. I should have had an easel for that. Thank you, Amy, Gwen, regional leaders, and the entire SEMCOG team for your support of the city of Farmington. I'm going to ask my Farmington colleagues to stay for a moment so we can mark another significant investment in the city. During last year's State of the City address, I said that one of Farmington's biggest challenges is infrastructure renewal, particularly our water and sanitary sewer systems, some of which are upwards of 75 years old. Tonight, I'm pleased to announce that Farmington will receive approximately $1 million in congressionally directed spending to support upgrades and refurbishments to our 9-mile pumping station, thanks to the support of Congresswoman Haley Stevens. Although the Congresswoman couldn't be here tonight, I'd like to invite Cody Shaw, Economic Development Director for the Congresswoman, to join us on stage for another special presentation. Everybody comes and brings checks. Look at this. It's like a wedding. They all bring checks.
Hello, my name is Cody. I am Congresswoman Haley Stevens' Economic Development Director, and I am pleased to present this check, approximately $1 million, on behalf of the Congresswoman and the community project funding process. We always love working with our municipalities, to secure this funding and to see it come to fruition in our communities. And I would say, don't spend it all in one place, but you are federally, by federal law, you have to. So.
Thank you, Cody. Let's take another photo over there. Put it in the middle. There he is, right there. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Cody. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let it be known for the record that Councilman Schneeman would like to know if there are any more checks. And the answer is not tonight, because I couldn't make it, no. Thank you, Cody, and please extend our thanks to the Congresswoman on behalf of the entire city of Farmington. I mentioned earlier that momentum attracts investment. It also attracts attention. The city of Farmington has hosted multiple gatherings of local government and economic development partners, where our city has been held up as a model for others in the state of Michigan and beyond. Due in part to that attention, the Michigan Association of Mayors has chosen to hold its annual summer workshop in Farmington this August. Mayors from all over the state of Michigan will visit our city to hear our Main Street comeback story and see how our planning efforts, partnerships, and community trust have helped us grow and create a vibe that is welcoming and cool. The attention Farmington is getting extends even beyond these United States. Over the past year, Farmington forged a relationship with the Italian city of Vacri. We held a series of dialogues with Vacri's mayor, Dr. Pier Giuseppe Mamarella, and the Vacri City Council around historic preservation, economic development, and cultural exchange. And these dialogues led to a visit by Mayor Mamarella, his council colleagues, and his family to Farmington in October of 2025 during Italian-American Heritage Month. Over a 3-day visit, they got to see Farmington up close and how we translate policy into action. We signed a sister city letter that formalized our connection and set goals for the future. The visit was punctuated by the commissioning and unveiling of an art piece sponsored by the Italian consulate in Detroit. The recently appointed Italian Consul General Paolo Zanotto is with us this evening. Paolo, dove sei? I'd like to thank Paolo and his predecessor Allegra Baistrocchi for their generous support of Farmington by bringing artist Marco Mezzè to our city to create the aluminum leaf sculpture that now hangs in City Hall to commemorate more than a visit. It's a symbol of connection and mutual respect that extends across an ocean. Seeing our city through our guests' eyes was truly gratifying, and it's a reminder of how important cool places are when making memories. For those who are interested in learning more about this unique sister-city relationship, I'm happy to share and get more people involved with our friends in Italy. Having captured the attention of the Italian consulate, I would be remiss if I didn't add that they will once again visit Farmington to host another Italian arts and culture event. The consulate will be hosting a Murano glass-making delegation from Venice on March 31st that will include a glass-blowing demonstration and virtual exhibition at Fired and Fused in Farmington. I want to thank Consul General Zanotto and his team for entrusting this important event with us, and I encourage all of you to watch for more details. Spero di vederti lì. Only the Italians got that one. Did you catch it, Peter? Okay. Farmington's momentum is growing, and there's so much more to share. Our commitment to community health and wellness was on full display as we christened refurbished tennis and new pickleball courts, along with 2 new fitness courts in Shiawassee and Flanders Parks. I'd like to thank Commissioner William Miller, his colleagues on the Oakland County Board of Commissioners, Oakland County Parks Director Chris Ward, the Oakland County Parks Board, along with Priority Health, for their support to make these fitness courts a reality. Our events, which continue to attract tens of thousands of visitors to our vibrant downtown and give our residents tremendous pride. Our commitment to reducing waste by continuing to lead in household recycling and launching a food waste pilot in 2025 that diverted over 6 tons of food waste from landfills, saving enough energy to charge almost 607,000 mobile devices. Our award-winning farmers market will open this year on May 2nd and usher in another year of fresh produce, community partnership, outreach, and engagement. So much more. But all good things must come to an end. I want to close by thanking my wife, Missy, and my children, Sophia and Mateo, for supporting me as I serve the city. Their love and confidence is my strength. Thank you for making it possible for me to do what I do. I also want to thank my mom, Helene, and my father, the original Joe LaRussa, for being here tonight to support me. Hi, Mom. After tonight's address, I invite you to join me on a Friday night in downtown Farmington at one of our new businesses, Lone Light Spirits, for cocktail specials reserved exclusively for tonight's audience. Mention you were with Mayor Joe at the State of the Cities, and let's raise a glass to Farmington. I look forward to seeing you there and sharing more about our future. The state of our city is strong. Farmington has momentum. It's an honor and a privilege to work with some of the best community leaders around to move Farmington forward. May God continue to bless our city, and thank you for your attention this evening. I'm going to hand it back to Executive Director Susan Arlen, but from me, good night.
Nice job. All right, so can I have it? Yeah, right. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to all of our speakers, all the dignitaries, and all of our community members. I would be remiss if I did not bring to your attention our amazing ASL interpreters. Guys, so we've got Emma Massman and Carrie Strom. Thank you very much. And we are done. So thank you. I think it's thunderstorming. Have a great time.